Hi Liverpool, it's Aussie Villain. Honestly, I am so nervous I could crap myself at any minute. Well, that's kind of why I'm calling you actually. You've won the Champions League how many times? 11. That's such a nice round number, isn't it? And would you believe Queen of the South has never won it? You would believe that. Well, instead of being part of the problem, why don't you start being part of the solution to us changing that? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 12, Episode 13. It better not be unlucky for us because today we've got a warm-up game against Celtic in the league where we can break some records, and then it is the second leg. Liverpool come to Palmerston. It is a spot in the Champions League final on the line, and we lost 2-1 of course at Anfield, so it is all still to play for. We're in the tie and that's really all that we could ask for. Now I did just want to, before we get to these games, show you where the sort of records that we're looking to break here. So you can see right now here, we'll do the team records first, then we'll go to the individual ones. So you can see the overall records. Now the ones that we have a chance of breaking, and I have to see if I can actually remember which ones these are. So we can break, I mean, we can always break biggest win, but we've already got that one. We can break team goals is the one, 124. You see that is what we have this season, and wins I think we can break as well. Most matches won in a season, which I don't actually see there. There's one in a row without losing. Anyway, so 124 goals we have right now. The overall record is down here now, 132 from Hearts back in the 1950s. So that is a record that we can break. And the other one, there was a record here. Oh, here we go. Most wins in a season, 35. Now, we can't get that today, obviously, but it is still a record that is achievable for us. But we pretty much need to win out, I think. We'll just double check that. Now, the other record we see here, Hendrik Larsson on 35 goals. Now, if we go and have a look at this season, Ali Spence, 35 goals. He needs one goal to break that record. We are playing Celtic. We're at Celtic Park. I'm a bit of an arsehole at times, so we're going to be playing Ali Spence for a half and just see if he can go and get that record. So let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here. Actually, first of all, 35 wins. We have 31, and there are 4 games to play. So if we win those 4 games, right, we should be able to get there. I think we can get there. Maybe we can only equal it. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Our points might be the other record. We can get 106. And the current record for points is 106. So yeah, we can definitely get to that. So yeah, a lot of things to play for here. Let's go and have a look here what we're doing against Celtic though. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from them. Now of course they knocked us out of the Scottish Cup last time, which I think annoyed everybody. I hope it did anyway, because it certainly annoyed me. Now Dogan's on a heavy match load. All right, so let's go with Jamie in there. All right, so we're going to have Burstick in. We're going to have Burstick in goal. Surely the goalkeeper's he's got a heavy match load. All right, so let's put El Shot in goal. So El Shot in goal. The backup goalkeeper, Muros, Toro, Walker, and Emaruso as the back four. Mashagi and Bayless in midfield. Bo, Jamie, and Denny Walker. It's Ali Spence for a half, and then it'll be probably Stankic, although Walker could go up top, and we can put Turpey out left. We'll just kind of see how the game is going at that point. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. It's a very similar looking team, isn't it, to the one that knocked us out of the Scottish Cup. I would really like to get the better of them because of that. We're in a good run. Let's keep that going, shall we? Alright, we can get on board with that. Jamie is apprehensive. I mean, Jamie is a wonder kid. He is a very good player, but he has not played very much for us, and he's a little bit annoyed about that. Alright, and here we go. Yeah, I am obviously very, very nervous about the Liverpool game, but we'll just get through this one as best we can. We will be voting for your Viewers Player of the Year in between the 2 games as well, so make sure you don't miss out on that if you sort of go to skip between the games. A good tackle from Emaruso, even if it is a little bit risky. Jamie getting forward, and let's see what he can do. Back to Emaruso, to Mashagi. Mashagi goes across. Can we find Ali Spence? Bayless in the middle for Walker. We need Ali Spence just to get 1 goal. As soon as he gets it, he can come off. Ali Spence, it's back post. That's Thomas Bowl, and it's just over. All right. Well, promising start there. Yeah, I mean, it would be... Oh, let's see what we can do here. Jamie, cross in. It's cross above everybody. And we're a little bit disorganised there, it looks like, at the back. And Maruso... Can he get... no, still there. And It's one of these, isn't it? I don't want to lose to Celtic, and there is a lot on the line for us in terms of a legacy that we can leave, but the biggest legacy we can leave is winning the Champions League, isn't it? Or even making the final would still be the semi-finals is a massive legacy. This team will go down in... it will go down in Scottish football history, not just Queen of the South history. I don't think there will ever have been a Scottish side to make 2 European... Celtic obviously won it back in the... Was it the late 60s or late 50s? It was the 60s, I think, wasn't it? That they are the first to have done it, but I don't know if they were... maybe consistent. Ali Spence, there it is! Ali Spence, a 49th goal of the season and a record 36th goal. And we will now take him off to a round of applause. He's got his goal. He has broken Hendrik Larsson's record at Celtic Park, and he can now go and put his feet up and prepare for Liverpool. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Jamie with a corner. We've got, Toro with a bullet header. But it was just wide. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. Obviously winning it is an incredible achievement. I'm not trying to dismiss that. But to go, to me, back-to-back semi-finals is like, that's consistency kind of thing. So, obviously you would rather win it than go to, back-to-back semi-finals. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully you know what I mean. But if we can go and then win it as well, then obviously our place in history will be well and truly enshrined. So we're coming up towards half-time here. There's not been much in the game. It actually looks quite a bit like the semi-final, isn't it, at Hampden Park. We've maybe been the better of the two sides, but it's only 1-0. And we've not really done enough to be more than that in front, to be honest. It's just a good piece of finishing from Ali Spence is the difference between the two sides right now. Walker is only playing a 6-5, so we could look to take him off. The other thing we could look to do, actually, and we'll do this in the interest of trying to get him in as sharp a mood as possible ahead of Liverpool, is switch him and Stankic around. Stankic is more than capable of playing wide left. In fact, I think it's his preferred position. So that would be absolutely fine. We've got a bit of pressure here. We go back to Toro. To Muros. What can Muros do? Can he get a cross in? It is towards Thomas Bowl. Down for Walker. It's blocked. And it's cleared away. It would be frustrating, wouldn't it, if we come out with essentially our second string side at Celtic Park and beat the team that knocked us out at Hampden Park with what was maybe not our full strength strongest side, but certainly on paper at least a stronger side than this. But the thing with the game at Hampden Park is that we should have been good enough, shouldn't we, to have won that on the day. All right, so we'll get Turpey on, not to play up front though. We'll switch Stankic back. So that's fine. Walker just not playing particularly well right now. I might have a word to him in between before the Liverpool game, but I'm not sure. We've got a lot of talented attacking players, and I'm not sure he's done enough to warrant a place on the bench. Oh, well shot with a good save. And we'll go back to positive. Rangers have just taken the lead at Aberdeen. Now, that is important because Rangers and Celtic are in quite the battle. Was that offside? What's happened there? I'm not sure, but it is offside. I think there's only a point between them for second. So that's the difference between automatic group stage football and the Champions League next season or having to qualify. So that's a nice little ball there from Jamie. And let's see what he can... as I say, he's a really, really good player. We just haven't necessarily needed him because Dogan and Torres have stayed fit. Here we go with Stankic. He's got himself in behind and he can't find the back of the net. That was a good chance, wasn't it? I think maybe what this end of the season is showing is that if we don't have Ali Spence up front, we are just maybe lacking something, aren't we? There's a chance for Stankic and he's straight at the goalkeeper again. And oh dear, Walker has had a bit of a... It's not really you can't have an air swing with your head, but he's gone up and come down with nothing. And let's get a Keezy on as well. He's quite tired. I think he played in the kids' game sort of yesterday in-game. Let's just give it another focus. It is going to be the Ali Spence record-breaking goal that sinks Celtic. It would be nice, wouldn't it? And it looks as though that's the case. So a little bit of redemption for the Scottish Cup defeat. Obviously, it doesn't make up for it. But Ali Spence has nicked their record right in front of them. And, well, let's ignore recent media praise. Don't get complacent. So there are the other results. Rangers now have a 4-point gap over Celtic, so that's going to be tough for them to close down, isn't it? We now have 99 points this season. So Queen of the South secure victory at Celtic Park. Jamie shines. I wonder if he has just played himself onto the bench, actually, because he was quite good there, and he's a very good player. But anyway, guys, that is that. Looks as though St Johnstone and Inverness are in a bit of a battle there too. And St Johnstone was dead and buried, so they've come back quite nicely there. Anyway, here we go. Second leg of the semi-final. Can we make the final? Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to this massive game, it is time you do need to vote for your Viewers Player of the Year. Thank everybody who nominated. We've been left with 4 nominees. We've had more than that, but what I've done is I've taken the guys with the highest average match rating of those nominated. So in alphabetical order, the first man is Thomas Bowl. 17 goals, 20 assists, and an average match rating of 7.8. Not bad for a backup right winger. The second nomination is the signing of the season by a mile, Igor Divev, as a centre-back, 14 goals, no assists, and an average match rating of 7.84. We've then got last year's winner, I believe it was, in Makreyev. Can't remember his first name now. It's Tetsvetian, isn't it? Tetsvetian Makreyev, 13 goals, 11 assists. Almost seems poor after what he did last season. An average match rating, though, of 8.1. And the final nomination is, of course, the great man Ali Spence. 49 goals and counting. New Scottish record holder as well, of course. 8 assists and an average match rating of 7.76 for him. Now, of course, the way this works, there'll be a link in the description down below there. Click on that. It'll take you through to a straw poll. And whoever has the most votes will be named your Viewers Player of the Year at next episode's End of Season Awards. All right, let's go and do this. So a massive blow coming into this one. Ayrton is out. He's out for 2 weeks with pulled knee ligaments. Could be back in 10 days, but that doesn't help us now. And that is a blow because obviously we played Emma Russo, didn't we, against Celtic, so he's not quite fully fit, and yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. But anyway, it's a 4-2-3-1. It's the same formation, but I don't see Erling Haaland in that expected lineup. Is he injured? Erling Haaland, well, he's right there. And he's out for a day. I mean, he could be on the bench, but he's certainly not going to be starting, which is a very nice thing for us indeed. Now, let's have a look at the heroes we're sending out to hopefully get us into this final. It's Bursic in goal. It's Rojas, Bukiano, Divev, and Emma Russo. Rushfeld and Mihai are in midfield. It's Makreyev, Torres, and Arkvik. Ali Spence, the great man, goes up top. The bench is El Shot, Toro, Muros, Alvarez, Bol, Kosei, and Johnny Angus. All right, so we can see the team sheets there, and indeed, there is no Erling Haaland. That is, I mean, it can't be anything other than a boost for us, really, can it? All right, what do we say to this? I think, ignore the praise. Just play your natural game out there, guys. We've got this far, playing good, attacking football. Let's go out there and see if we can continue that. Win by 2 goals. All right, and here we go, the final game of Champions League football at Palmerston Park. Ever, because obviously the final is not here, and next season the club moves into a new stadium. So let's hope we can send the old girl out with a memorable evening. Mbappe up front is maybe something to be slightly concerned about, but of course if he's there, he's not somewhere else. So maybe that's a good thing for us. Let's encourage that. Oh, before we do that, we've got a highlight. 5th minute of the game, into the 6th minute of the game now. 4 into the box. Oh dear, Emma Russo maybe just ever so slightly caught out there. But Bursic to the rescue. We've got a corner to defend now. We tell him to focus. The one thing that we really don't want is to fall behind here. That makes life very difficult for us then. Here we go again. Of course, it's the first time that Leon King will have been back here for a while. He would have been on many a losing side, no doubt, during his time at Rangers. Spreading fear throughout the rest of the Liverpool side. It's what a tough place this is to come. Let's encourage them. So far, we've had a lot of possession, but we've not had Well, we've not really had the shot, so we'll take it off work ball into the box. Hopefully we can turn a little bit more of that possession into actual attacks at goal. There is not much happening. We need 2 goals. We need to win by 2 clear goals to win on the night. 1 goal, obviously, we're looking at extra time and potentially penalties. And we've got, what have we got here? What's Mbappe's problem? Checking for a penalty. Oh, don't do that. No penalty. Okay. It's right on the edge of the area. And Bursic with a big save. Spence, if I made a bit of a mistake playing him in that game, he only played 20 minutes. Surely he's fine. Header clear there by Mihai. And, oh, I thought that was going for Arkvik to intercept. Roja. He's offside. Oh, dear. Oh, thank you for being offside. Otherwise, that... I mean, it could probably be a red card anyway. Maybe he won the ball, but it was certainly very lungy. I wonder if Erling Haaland is in shock from the goal that we gifted him in the first leg, actually. Maybe that's what's happened. Emma Russo gets back. Nicely done. Excellent covered defending there. Torres looks to get it forward for Arkvik. It's a cracking pass. Arkvik's in here. Now, can Arkvik find Ali Spence? He's in towards the middle. Goes back post. Makrayev! Oh! An absolute sitter, the commentary says, and it's not far wrong. You'd expect Makrayev to score that. He's just not quite been on the same form this season, has he? And it was a really good chance that we created there, which makes you wonder if maybe we should be looking for the flanks a little bit more and maybe raise up that tempo. Here we go. Makrayev from the corner. Ball in. Decent. Mihai's there. Mihai has scored! And it is 2-2 on aggregate. It's 1-0 on the night. Coming in very, very late in the first half. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Makrayev with the cross, Mihai with a good run, picked him out to perfection, and the Liverpool defence just stand there blaming each other. Alright, it is tied on aggregate. Is this possible? Is this possible? Is the impossible dream looking slightly ever more possible now? Alright, so there's no pressure on us here. You can go out there and play without pressure on you. Yeah, it's tied. It's tied in the Champions League semi-final. There is obviously no pressure on you here, guys. That is for sure. If there's one thing there's not in this situation, it's pressure. If they believe me, then they're idiots, but they just might go and win it. All right, let's encourage them again. Rojas with a throw. It's back for Mihai. Mihai to Makrayev, and that is just over. It was always going over, unfortunately, though. But we are looking a little bit better here now. Ali Spence still only playing a 6-4. He had a heavy match load too, maybe playing him against Celtic. I mean, it was the narrative. It had to happen. Now, what's happened to Rojas here? Rojas playing well, but looks very, very tired all of a sudden. Here we go with Emma Russo. Divev, Rushfeld, forward there for Makrayev. Makrayev to Ali Spence. Ali Spence! Is it not his night? Now, Rojas, a bruised foot. Come on, surely you've got to play through a bruised foot in this situation. Let's try the old demand more. I don't want to take Ali Spence off, but he's not having a good night. Free kick. Torres to take. Torres has scored some very big goals. He was transfer listed in January. Oh, and that is almost giving us a toe into the Champions League final. Goal line technology is looking at it. I'm assuming it's not going to give us a goal for it. And it indeed does not. Oh, it's next goal wins, isn't it? Almost. It's at that point. Just encourage. Arkvik's looking nervous. I don't blame you, mate. I feel sick right now. It's the hope that kills you. And there is just that little bit of hope. All right, I'm going to take Arkvik off. And I'm going to do something that has never happened before and use Alvarez as a left winger. He is left-footed. He can dribble. He's pacey enough. He's going to go out there and maybe he catches Liverpool a little bit off guard. They weren't I wasn't expecting to do that. So how could they expect it? We are that close to stoppage time. Oh, it's the 90th minute and we've got a highlight. It's 2-2. It would be cruel now. It would just be cruel. Mbappe, oh. And it may officially have been stoppage time when that goal went in. No one picked up Mbappe. Bursic couldn't get to it. And have Liverpool just broken our hearts? All right, everybody's anxious. All right, so first things first. We'll just try and calm that down. Okay, so both our fullbacks are absolutely destroyed. So what we're going to do is we're going to try going 3 at the back, 2 up top. We're going to stick Kosei on up there. Because we pretty much literally have nothing to lose at this point. Bucchiano just goes in there. If you just go in there for me, please. Toro. And do I have another sub? I don't think I do I? So I guess we do shoot on sight. A little bit more direct. I don't want to be too I don't want to be too direct because it's not really the way we're set up to play. Unless we go 2 at the back and stick Divev is probably the better option up there as a target man on support. Then we can hit early crosses and we can just go more direct. We'll just go mixed crosses. And we need a miracle. Let's not pretend we don't. And it doesn't come. Oh, we were really, really close this time, weren't we? We were really, really close. That's such a shame. So, first leg triumph helps Liverpool past Queen of the South, and you could argue, if we hadn't gifted Haaland that stupid goal in the first game, that wouldn't have happened. They would have been more desperate. We would have been more defensive. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. It's been such a ride. I thought this was the year. I thought we've not got close before, but it's a semi-final defeat for the second season in a row. And I do genuinely believe that this team is good enough to win a Champions League. And they're young. They're still getting better. And it's just never, ever quite happened for us, has it? Yeah, I'm just going to blabber on the longer I sit here right now. So that's it for today. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe, or subscribe if you're new if you want. I mean, we're essentially done now, so it's up to you. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll face Hibs in the final game of the season. We've still got some records in the Premier League, but I don't think anybody really cares about it, do they? Don't forget to vote for your Player of the Year. And yeah, we'll come back and we'll wrap things up. And we will, of course, be simming ahead 10 seasons as well after we quit or resign. And we'll see what does happen to the team. So that's going to be worth coming back for. But yeah, that is absolutely heartbreaking. Okay.